Good afternoon, everyone. We've all heard the saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. At face value, it's a simple idea. Blend in, respect the culture, and don't be that tourist wearing socks with sandals while demanding a burger in Paris. Pro tip, don't. It encourages us to adapt to local customs when we find ourselves in a new environment. This advice is gold for travelers, students abroad, or professionals working internationally. The message is simple, right? Respect the culture and follow the norms. And yes, adapting to a different culture can be deeply rewarding. It fosters mutual understanding, helps build relationships, and just makes life less confusing. Whether you're traveling to a new country, moving in to a new city, or just trying to bond with a team that puts hot sauce on everything, cultural flexibility is a powerful tool. 1. Even small efforts like learning a few basic phrases can open doors. In Thailand, I tried to chat with a local lady doing my hair. Of course, I probably said something entirely wrong, but still, she appreciated my effort. And in Bali, just saying terima kasih to people, which means thank you, made them light up. Then I replied sama-sama proudly until someone kindly explained I was using it in the wrong context. But they did appreciate my effort. 2. Customs vary more often than we think. In some places, finishing what's on your plate means delicious, thank you. And in others, it means I'm still starving. Where's the rest? In Georgia, I cleaned what's on my plate, thinking it was a sign of respect. But they kept on bringing more food. So, good intentions matter, but so does knowing when to stop eating. 3. Greetings are another minefield. In some places, it's a handshake. In others, cheek kisses. 2, 3, maybe even 4. And then there are the places where there's a different greeting depending on age, gender, even time of day. When I visited India, I froze. Handshake or namaste? I awkwardly did both. So, when in doubt, follow 3 steps. Pause, smile, and let the local take the lead. Which brings us to the bigger question. Should we always adapt? It's tempting to say yes, but the reality is more nuanced. What happens when cultural awareness feels less like respect and more like erasing yourself? Where's the line between being culturally sensitive and culturally invisible? 4. Take personal space. In some places, being physically close is normal, and in others, it's not. So for those of us who like our bubble, adaptation can feel less like respect and more like a polite panic attack. 5. Food is another big one. Sharing a meal builds connection, but sometimes the dish in front of you is staring back at you. Or it's so spicy, your soul momentarily leaves your body. That happened to me once in India, and it was a very enlightening experience. If enlightening means me on the floor screaming water repeatedly. 6. Clothing traditions are also equally tricky. Wearing traditional attire when invited, beautiful. But wearing a kimono in your dorm room while slurping instant ramen and calling yourself spiritually connected to Japan, that's when things get awkward. It's not about fashion, it's about context. And if you're unsure, ask. Or on second thought, maybe just don't. Don't forget hand gestures. A thumbs up might mean great job here, but elsewhere, it's the universal sign for we're not friends. Sometimes, a quick ChatGPT search can save you from a small international crisis. So, how do we strike the right balance? It starts with curiosity and respect. Ask questions, observe, be willing to learn. Just like how I learned Azerbaijan was called the land of fire, a fitting name for a country with such a passionate culture. Cultural awareness isn't about losing your identity. It's about becoming a more thoughtful version of yourself. Whenever I travel, I remind myself it's about knowing when to lean in, when to step back, and when to say, honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing here, but I'd love to learn. So, when in Rome, should you always do as the Romans do? Yes, but maybe not every Roman, and definitely not at the cost of your authenticity. Thank you.